Welcome back, Rich Minds. It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's topic is gonna be chosen ones. You tricked your enemies. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, you tricked your enemies. Hey, somebody drop in the comments and say jokes on you. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say jokes on you, all right? See, a lot of people take this lightly. When you trick your enemies, that make them real mad, right? We already got that understood. But also, when you trick your enemies, this is the art of war, all right? This right here is the art of war. I need y'all to understand that. And so in this video, y'all, we're going to speak about 5 reasons or 5 ways, you have tricked your enemies, right? And so before we get into this video, y'all make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on this video as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. And not only that, y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. Let's get into it, chosen ones. So number 1, false information, right? Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, false information, right? So whether this false information came straight from your mouth, right? It came from people from your camp. And what I mean by camp, like your family, people who are connected to you, right? However, y'all, your enemies ran with some false information and they began to spread it. And what happened was it made them look stupid, right? It made them look crazy in the end, because at the end of the day, they are out here spreading lies, okay? They are out here spreading false information. And see, you don't get credit for nothing that is a lie, right? You don't get credit for anything that's not true. I'm just being honest. And so I need y'all to understand something. You have fed them false information. Okay? And again, y'all, whether that has come from, family members, friends, whatever the case is, y'all, they are out here running around with this false information and they are thinking that this is true, thinking that you are stupid enough to give them information about you, right? This is why I say, y'all, the jokes is on them. Okay? Jokes is on them. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I know somebody gonna say, well, Reno, did I lie? Is that bad? I'm a liar? See, it's a difference in between, telling a lie, right, and not telling the whole truth, okay? And so maybe you did not just give them the whole truth. Maybe that's what it was. And so honestly, y'all, I don't even really think that it's a bad thing if you lie to your enemies about something you know that they're gonna try to spread, okay? I don't think it's a bad thing, right? And so giving out false information to people who are trying to tarnish your legacy, tarnish your reputation, it's not necessarily bad to me, if I'm being honest, right? Reno, is this like the Drake and Kendrick situation? It's very similar to it, right? Although I still think that Kendrick won. However, y'all, on both ends, it probably was some false information that was given out, right? If I'm being honest. On both ends, it was probably some false information that was given out. But, when you look at it and you look at the art of war, it's kind of a joke on both sides, right? And the reason why I say it's a joke on both sides is because, you out here spreading lies about me thinking that it's true. You out here spreading lies about me, thinking that you got the gospel, when in actuality, you got some buffoonery statements about a person that's not true, all right? If somebody out here spreading false information about you, somebody drop in the comments and say it's not true. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say it's not true, all right? But that's the first way that you have tricked your enemies, by giving them false information, because you know that they're gonna go out here, y'all, and start trying to talk about you to random people, right? I seen a post on Facebook and it said new challenge. It said, I'm going to start spreading, false information about me to see who's talking a lot, right? Now, I'm not recommending this, or I'm not saying that you should do this, but what I am saying, y'all, is that, again, false information make the other party look bad. It makes them look terrible, because you're out here running with narratives that's not true, okay? If that makes sense, y'all drop in the comments and let me know. But number 2, y'all, it's going to be this, family. You hit them with a curveball, okay? You hit them with a curveball. I don't know how many people watch baseball. I'm honestly one of the people who don't really watch baseball like that. But I've been around long enough to know what the curveball is, okay? Like, you got the straight shot, you got all different type of balls, and then you got the curveball, the one that's like a tricky, you throw it tricky. And so it reminds me of the challenge that was on social media. I don't know if y'all remember this, but on social media, it had a challenge to where it was like the random challenge. Matter of fact, it was called Never Let Them Know Your Next Move challenge, right? And so you would have, I remember I seen one with Chris Brown, and at first he was playing basketball, then he threw the basketball aside, then he went to change clothes, stopped changing clothes, and he went to, his kitchen. I think he did a little dance move, and then he did something else. The whole point of the challenge was never let them know your next move, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, never let them know your next move. Yes, sir. I know it's a little long, y'all, but this right here is a powerful affirmation. Drop in the comments and say, never let them know your next move. This right here is real, okay? And so going back to the challenge that was on social media, I thought that was very unique because that's how you got to operate out here in life. This is how you have to be out here, maneuvering out here in life. Why? Because when people think they know, your next move, they feel like they know you, right? Like, a move is different from who a person is. Now, a move does resemble a person's characteristics, intellect. It does resemble it, but it doesn't mean that this is who this person is. And so just to alleviate this all the way, don't let them know your next move. Simple as that, family. Do not let your enemies, your opponents, know your next move, all right? Do y'all think that people, who play sports, allow the other team to know their play, to know their moves, to know what they're gonna do, to know, like, let's just say if it's a debate. I know y'all probably seen great debaters. Let's just say if you got a debate going on, if this person know what he gonna say, okay, it's not really gonna be too much of a debate because he already know your next move. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Never let them know your next move. And so getting to the point, y'all, you hit them with a curveball. Right? They thought they knew what you was going to do, and soon as they struck to go tell the information, they struck to try to catch you right there in a lie, right? They struck to try to get you, or catch you in that position, and they was the ones who looked it like a fool, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say, you the fool. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, you the fool. Right? That's just how it is. But sticking to the point, y'all, you hit them with a curveball. This is how you have tricked your enemies, okay? Moving on to the next one, family. Number 3 is going to be this, y'all. They have underestimated your intelligence, right? Let me say it louder for my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family. They have underestimated your intelligence, right? So what does this look like, Reno? You can tell when a person have underestimated your intelligence because they treat you a certain type of way, right? They respond to you a certain type of way. Like, they don't think that you are intellectually capable of understanding, the things that they are saying to you, understanding how they are maneuvering towards you, right? Like, y'all, I don't like people who try to make me seem like I'm crazy. Don't try to make me feel like I'm crazy, right? Or I get crazy. But understand what I'm saying, y'all. I just don't like when a person try to make me feel as if, like, I'm not seeing what they're doing. I'm seeing it. However, you're going to try to play the superior card or that ain't what you really seeing, but that's what I'm seeing, right? I know I ain't the only one who feel like this. Somebody drop in the comments and let me know. But understand something, y'all. When a person underestimates your intelligence, it's almost like they are insulting your intelligence. That's what I'm trying to say, y'all. Like, I can't stand when a person tries to insult my intelligence. And I'm sure y'all are the same ways, right? Y'all are chosen ones. So understand what I'm saying, y'all. It's almost like a chess game, right? As I told y'all, I love playing chess. I love it. I love it. I love it. And if you're playing against a chess player, like a person who really play chess, they gonna size you up. They gonna try to hit you with the fool's mate, right? They gonna try to hit you with some moves that you probably don't even know about. If you was like a person who been playing for a long time, you'll definitely know what they're doing, right? Like, I don't care who you are. If you've been playing for a minute, you're going to know about the fool's mate, right? It's certain things that they're going to set in place to see what you know, right? And a lot of people do that in life. It's certain things they say, it's certain moves they make, it's certain gestures they may make, right? Just to see how wise you are, just to see how smart and intelligent you are. Make sense of what I'm saying, y'all? Somebody drop in the comments and say make sense if y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. But, sticking to the chess analogy, if a person know how to play chess and that other person know and respect the other person's game of chess, then they're not going to do certain things, right? Going right back to it, y'all, that's the same thing in life. If a person respects your wisdom, if a person respects your knowledge, your intellect, it's just your opinion, it's just certain things that people would not do. Like, they won't try you, right? You're the wrong one, okay? Somebody drop in the comments and say, I'm the wrong one. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say, I am the wrong one, all right? But moving on to the next one, y'all, is going to be number 4, okay? This right here is another one, Art of War, right? Quid pro quo. Okay, I know a lot of my mature crowd on here is going to know what I'm talking about. But quid pro quo, all right? So quid pro quo is basically when a person do something for you, you do something back, okay? You do something for them and vice versa. That's quid pro quo, where y'all have an understanding that, I'm doing this for you to receive this. You're doing this for me to receive this. It's pretty much business, right? But see, this goes back to where I told y'all, bad people do good things to keep a good image. And so you have to be mindful of who's doing something for you, right? Because maybe they want something back. Like, if a record label pick up this talented person, from off the streets, and they sing really good, and they're about to change their life, and they give them an advance that they gotta pay back a loan, and they put them in a better apartment. I understand all that, but it's not worth placing them in a 30-year deal to where they're getting 70% of their earnings, almost forever. 30 years, the average lifespan is like 70 years, right? 70 to 80 if you lucky, okay? And if you really took care of your body, okay, maybe you'll see 100, I get it. But the mass majority of us is not seeing 100, all right? Shoot me if y'all want, y'all. I'm just being real, okay? And so, sticking to the point, y'all, quid pro quo is one of those chess moves to where I'm going to do something for you, but what you give me back is going to be way more than what you gave me. But Reno, get to the point, man. What are you saying right now? Well, what a lot of people don't realize is that Jesus did party with the sinners, right? But he didn't party just so he can have his fair share of wine, right? His fair share of cognac. Jesus did not party with the sinners for that, right? See, he gave them what they wanted, okay, just so he could receive certain resources, okay, information. Not only that, y'all, but the more important reason is to get them to, repent and gain the forgiveness of his Father, right? So not only that, y'all, a lot of people forget the fact that he was trying to get them to turn away from their sinful behaviors, right? Their sinful behaviors. And so you have to kind of look at it the same way, y'all. It's quid pro quo. Like, you give me something, I'm going to give you something, okay? He gave them what they wanted. Come out and party with us. He came out and he had a mission, okay, to preach his message. He had a mission to receive certain resources, okay? Understand what I'm saying, y'all? And so that's very similar, y'all. You have tricked your enemies, okay? Somebody drop in the comments and say, tricked you? Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say tricked you, okay? Get into the next one, y'all, which is the last one, and that's going to be number 5, all right? It says, they took your silence for weakness, right? They took your silence for weakness. This right here is a true fact. Okay, a lot of people would tend to take your silence as weakness. Like, since she ain't saying nothing, maybe she ain't gonna do nothing. Since he ain't saying nothing, maybe he ain't gonna do nothing, right? And they got it all wrong, right? Somebody drop in the comments and say you got it wrong, right? They got it all wrong. Really, it is the opposite, right? And so you are sparing them, okay? What he says in the scripture, y'all, he says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, right? Father, forgive them. for they know not what they do. See, a lot of people who are, going against you, arguing with you, trying to bring you down, tear you down, pray on your downfall, lie on you, slander you. I mean, the list really go on, family. And so those people, they really take your silence, for weakness, because you really haven't been saying nothing. You've been sparing them because they know not what they do. You know that they are worldly. You really mind your business and you stay out the way, right? But see, this is where it gets sticky, y'all. This is where it gets sticky, right? See, it's almost like messing with that silent guy in class or that silent girl in class, right? People like to pick on them. People like to talk about their shoes, right? Y'all know how it is, y'all. Back in school, the person who was like the quietest, most time, y'all, they didn't really have it like that, right? They didn't feel as confident to hang out with the popular kids or talk with the popular kids. And so what they would do is just be quiet. That was like their defense mechanism. Or maybe they didn't feel accepted, right? For whatever the reason was, y'all, okay? Maybe it was closed, whatever the case is. But that silent person in class, they had these right here, y'all. Oh yeah, they had these right here. Okay, maybe they were great at, cracking on somebody. Like, they just did not allow themselves to step outside of their shell, right? And when a person actually find out what they are truly about, right, this is when they want to play victim. Okay, this happens. It don't just stop in school. It don't just stop, at the job, y'all. It's an ongoing thing, throughout life, y'all. Right? I've had a leasing office to try to play victim. It lets you know, y'all. And those people was like in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. It lets you know that the playing victim card, it's a worldwide card, y'all, and everybody know about it, right? And so, sticking to the point, family, chosen ones, you have tricked your enemies, and one of the tactics you utilized was, letting them think or allowing them to think that your silence is weakness. Okay, people feel like the loudest person in the room is the hardest hitting person in the room, or the person who got the most. No, most time, y'all, the person who is the most silent, that's the person you got to watch, and that happens to be you. You tricked your enemies, okay? And so with that being said, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and do a recap, and then we'll conclude this video. So, chosen ones, you have tricked your enemies. Here's how you know how. Number one, false information, whether it came from you, people around you, or whatever the case is, but they are the real losers, right? They out here spreading false information. Number two, you hit them with the curveball, okay? You hit them with a curveball. They thought you was gonna move left, but you actually went right. And when they finally picked up that you like to go right, y'all, guess what? You backpedaled on them, okay? It's nothing that you have done that they can kind of track, right? It's like you just keep moving in an unorthodox manner. Number three, they underestimated your intelligence, right? They have underestimated your intelligence. They feel as if, they can insult your intelligence. They don't really know the cloth that you have been cut from, right? But you are very smart, y'all. You're very smart. Number four, okay? Quid pro quo. You gave them something and they gave you a lot more, right? And number five, y'all, they have taken your silence for weakness, but they're about to find out real quick that you're not weak. All right. And so with that being said, y'all already know how we do. If you would like to purchase any one of my books, book a one-on-one session with me, or enroll into my social influence course, you can do so by clicking the link inside my description. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Y'all keep a rich mentality. Peace. What's good, family? It's your boy Reno. Check this out, y'all. I just dropped my social influence course, okay? Where I show you how to build up your social media platform as well as become a self-published author. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? If you want to leverage your expertise, okay, you got to publish your book. But not only that, if you want to get popping and build your community, you got to build up your social media platform. And so I put that all in one course, okay? And so all you got to do is go to the link in my bio, all right? And drop in the comments, social influence. If you want to build up your social influence, click that link in the bio and we're going to get you popping. Keep a rich mentality.